Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is just going to be like a chatty, not chatty get ready, but chatty, just a chat. I know I haven't posted in a long time, or a while. I've just been busy with school and a research report, which went really good, by the way. And it's over, so thank God. And we're finally on spring break, so I went to my grandma's. If this all looks unfamiliar, it's because I'm at my grandma's. And we're on spring break, as I said before. So I'm just waiting for my uncle and aunt to get here. We're going to go, I'm hoping to go to Barnes & Noble, and then he wants to go see a movie, so maybe we could go see an afternoon movie. So I'm just waiting for them, and I thought I'd come and talk to you. Not much has been going on. Not much. Star Wars Rebels ended for good. It was like the best / worst finale I've ever seen. Not because it was bad, but just because one of my favorite characters died. Okay, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the finale, then get ready for spoilers. If you don't care about Rebels and the finale and all that, then not spoilers much for you, but still spoilers at the same time. Anyway, well, Ezra. Okay, long story short, Ezra he comes up with a plan to take over Capital City, and he gets Governor Price to do it, and Agent Kallus is with them. So since he was an Imperial agent, he'll know if the landing codes or something is wrong. So she does it for them, and then Thrawn comes back before they're finished with their mission. Well, then he tells Ezra to surrender, and then he gets, and then Ezra goes up to his Star Destroyer, and he meets with Emperor Palpatine, who tricks him with this thing, this veil, of like his parents. And he's like, you can have your parents back as long as you open the gateway. And he almost does, but then he doesn't. He's like, Mom, Dad, you'll always be a part of me, but I have to let you go. And he's crying, like you can see tears streaming down his face. And then he like uses the Force and like breaks the thing, and he runs out of the thing, and Emperor Palpatine is right there. Like, he's not there in literal form, physical form. He's there in like hologram form. And so he like starts switching back and forth between good Palpatine and then Sidious. Like, it's just like a switch. Like, he looks all trustworthy and stuff, and then he's like, he goes completely evil. Well, then his Red Guards come, and they attack Ezra. They use these, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to call them. And if I could edit really well, I could show you guys the picture, like in this little thing right here. But I honestly have no idea what they're called. It was like it's kind of like the Force in a staff. And it had like this yellow energy lightning bolt thingy, and you could just like, they picked him up and blah blah blah. Well, then he was like constricted and he couldn't like move. Well, then he uses the Force and he throws a rock at them, and it like they all like they don't die, they just are, I'm not sure, but they the Force thingies they break, and then he runs for it. Well, he makes it to Thrawn's ship again. Or he makes it to he goes back on the Star Destroyer and stuff, and then he tries to shoot Thrawn, but he doesn't get shot. Then the Purrgil come. Now, if you remember my last video, if I ever did talk about the Purrgil, I don't remember. They come through. He has this Force connection with all living things. I mean, I'm pretty sure all Jedi do. But he has like with Loth wolves, Loth cats, and then the Purrgil and stuff. So he's like, he calls them in. They come and they rip the whole of ships apart. Like, that's why he brought them in, for reinforcements. Well, then after that, they start ripping the ship apart that he's on with Grand Admiral Thrawn. Well, then they break through the windows and they surround Thrawn. They like wrap their arms around him, their tentacles, just letting you know, space whales, blah blah blah. And then Ezra starts shooting at the stormtroopers. He turns around and forgot. Oh, and he pushes Thrawn into their arms. Like Thrawn escapes, but then he's like pushing him back. Well, then Thrawn shoots Ezra in the shoulder, and then he's like, Sabine's like, get out of there. He's like, and Hera's also like, I'm not letting you go. He's like, Hera, I have to see this through to the end. And then the Purrgil, who can jump through hyperspace, and we have no idea where they went. It's like mystery. It was a good series finale. And then they finished the mission. Hera, Zeb, Sabine, Hondo, Ketsu, they all finished the mission. Kallus, and then, and Rugh dies. I don't know how to say his name right, so I'm just gonna call him Rugh. He dies. Thank God. He's evil. I mean, And then Commander Gregor dies. That was the saddest. I think that's the part that I cried the most at, but it wasn't like hard crying. It was just tears were streaming down my face. But it wasn't that dramatic, choking sob stuff. And then they finished the mission. They launched the Capitol building in the air. And Dave Filoni said that he did not want to see blue skies until that thing was halfway through the air, which I kind of get it because they bring terror and sadness to the galaxy. So, exactly. Well, then, sorry. They start, they fly through the air. They get on the Ghost. They fly through the air, and the entire planet of Lothal is clapping and cheering for them. And then there's a transmission from Ezra. It's not a transmission. It could be a recording. I'm not sure. Anyway, and then, actually, I'd have to look at that again. But anyway, there's a transmission or a holo recording of him, and he's telling them that he'll miss them. And he's like, and he told Sabine, I can always count on you, and stuff. And she's like, but what for? And then, and it jumps, and he's like, hold on. And then he tells Hera that there's a Meluron fruit in her cabin, that he hopes they're her favorite, and Zeb can have the top bunk back for now, blah, blah, blah. And then it jumps forward to the end of Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi it's technically the third one, but as so many Star Wars fans like to say, it's the sixth one. Anyway, because this is set like in between the Revenge of the Sith and what is it? Return of the Jedi and stuff, and A New Hope and all that. Well, then it's right at the end. And Sabine is the epilogue. She's doing the epilogue. Well, she says that Hera fought in the war, in the Battle of Endor with a decisive victory. And so did Commander Rex. And then she's like, there's a Spectre 7, Jason Syndulla, born to fly just like his mother. And it's like, what? She had a kid? And then, here's where it gets freaky. She's like, we all know what his father was like. And I'm like, it's like, are you kidding me? When did this happen? It was insane. I mean, utterly insane. And then it goes to her walking in that Imperial Tower, communications tower. I think that's it, yeah. And then she's like, something. I saw this episode. I just cannot remember what they said. I'd have to watch it over and over again. But she's like, I thought Ezra was counting on me to watch over, to protect the people of Lothal. But, and then something, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I cannot remember what it is. But she said something along those lines. And then there's a picture of the entire Ghost crew, and there's Ezra, and she taps his cheek, like right here. She starts tapping it. And then she's like, it's time for him to come home. And then you see Ahsoka in the background, they turn to her, and she's got this staff, and she's got this white cloak on, and all this, and she's like, it's time to bring Ezra home, or time for him to come home. And then they get on her ship and they leave. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to going to make a new series. I'm not sure yet, but I'm hoping that they do because this is like really amazing. And then I'm almost done. And then during the season 4 celebration panel, the series finale, they were asking, okay, not to get really, really disturbing, but this is really funny, so I'm going to say it anyway. So when they first get there, Taylor Gray is like, I'm so confused. And then he's like, I have so many questions. And then, or I think that was Vanessa Marshall. I think she said that. And then Taylor Gray's like, yeah, they had a kid, because Dave Filoni's there. It was Tia Sakhar, Vanessa Marshall, Dave Filoni, and Taylor Gray and Steve Bloom, if I didn't say Taylor Gray's name again. So anyway, so they were all there except for Freddie Prinze Jr. because, well, he's dead. Not in real life. Just Kanan is dead, so they can't really use him as at a panel anymore. Anyway, so he's like, they had a kid? He's like, yeah, people do that sometimes. And then they were so funny because then Steve Bloom was like, when a girl and a guy really like each other, and then they start laughing so hard. And then then Dave Filoni was like, geez, Taylor, we have to teach you everything. And I'm like, yeah, apparently. And then they were asking questions and they were going down the line, starting with Vanessa Marshall. She's like, what, the moderator lady, I don't know what to call her, interview lady was like, what was most surprising to you? And then here's her answer. Oh, baby. And I laughed so hard because that was really funny. And it was super funny. And then Tia Sakhar was telling us that, like, after the series finale, after they had recorded their final episode, they held her back just for a minute, and then to record the epilogue. And she's like, I had to record this through sobs and stuff and blah blah blah. And she's like, well, and I was like, I know stuff that I can't tell you for like a year. So, well, maybe not for a year, but it was like a long time. And then Taylor Gray was like, well, yeah, you're gonna tell me, right? And he's like, no, I really can't tell you. And she's like, well, thank you for entrusting me with that information. It was super funny. It was a good episode. I just so sad it's over. So yeah, guys, that was my video. More like a Star Wars Rebels chat than a real chat, I guess. It was still a chat, though, at least. Thank you for watching. See you guys later. Bye.